everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would bring you a Q&A video. I asked on Instagram if people could send me questions in. One of my friends two of my friends who are like my biggest supporters when it comes to YouTube have sent me in a ton of questions, and some other people also sent in some questions. So I'm gonna get straight into it. You can get to know me a bit better, and if you have any questions that have not been answered in this video, just put them down below and I'll answer them for you. Thought it would just be a fun way to get to know me, and I wanted to see what other people wanted to know about me, sort of thing. So yeah. Also repping Daewoo. I absolutely love this clothing brand. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape or form. Like, they don't even know who I am. But this jumper is absolutely insane. The quality in this is so thick. If you manage to get your hands on it, please do. This is a size small to medium, and it is like perfectly baggy on me. I'm normally a 12, 14, mainly a 12, and this is just like perfect fit. I will show you. Oh gosh, I've got obviously my cargos on to film this video, but yeah, it's just absolutely the most comfortable thing ever. Also, ignore this. I did that whilst getting a loose hair with my razor today, so fun times. Been walking around like it all day, but hey ho. I did put some concealer on it, but it has obviously rubbed off, so yeah. Anyway, let's get stuck into the video. I've got my MacBook over here, so if I keep looking to and fro, that is why. What is your biggest goal for 2024 and what made you choose that goal? So in my video, I think I posted one about like an update of my life and everything. You will know that I've got like a little, sort of like a bucket list, but for 2024. My main two goals like this year is to become more financially stable. I am slowly but surely building up my savings, but my main goal for this year is to move out into my own place. Obviously it wouldn't be my own place, it would be with Dom, and it would be rented probably. But yeah, that is like my main goal of the year. I found it really hard to go from living with him in my own place to then moving back with parents. It has been nice to live with my dad and my stepmom, don't get me wrong, and they've obviously got a pet dog, Max, which you've seen in some of these videos, and it's been lovely, but I'm so badly craving my own space. I have been starting to save pictures for like decoration, inspiration, stuff like that, and I feel like I've grown massively as a person since I have lived from in the flat to who I am now. And I feel like me and Dom have also grown like so much as a couple. Like, we're literally at the minute, we're the best that we've ever been, like strongest we've ever been, and that just makes me really excited to move back in with him. So yeah, my biggest goal for 2024 in a short version is to move into my own house with Dom. But again, I say own house, it wouldn't be like my own, it would be rented. So move out with Dom. Sorry, I'm not going to be long-winded for all of these questions, I promise. I do like to chat though, don't I? Let's be real. So this same person put, I have another question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? So in 5 years' time, I am going to be 30, borderline 31. I'm 26 this year. And I see myself moved out, obviously, doing that this year. Hopefully won't be back at my parents again. I would like to have, generally we want to have 3 kids. Obviously I've not got any yet, so that could completely change when the time comes around. I've got a really loose hair. There it is. Yeah, obviously when the time comes to it and we do have kids, we might completely change our mind. But at the minute, we want 3. So I'd like to think by 30, 31 that we would potentially have at least one, if not two, and possibly be ready for our third. But obviously you just don't know what's going to happen. Obviously with my PCOS condition, I don't know how that's going to pan out when it comes to fertility, but I know there's options out there for us and we'll see what happens. So I definitely want kids within the next 5 years. Obviously move out. I would love to get a pet dog of my own. Really, really, really want a dog. But again, we'll see what happens. I'm not massively thinking about changing my car. However, if I am going to have children, I have got a 3-door car, so that might need to change. Basically, just being happy and healthy and start my own family. Yeah, there's not really... obviously, I'd like to be married as well. Forget that bit, didn't I? Yeah, but again, we'll see what happens. Everything happens for a reason, and you just don't know what's going to happen next, do you? So that'd be my dream now. Married, kids, house. Just the basic girl question, innit? Girl answer. Would you ever start a gaming channel on YouTube about The Sims? If you don't know this already, I absolutely love The Sims. Might be unpopular opinion, Sims 3 is my favourite just because it's an open world and obviously you don't have to have the loading screen every time you go to a different place on the map. There's cars in it. There's like loads of different things that Sims 4 hasn't got. If I knew how to... I mean, I've seen people do it on YouTube before where they've got like their screen as the main screen. I don't know if they record the screen. I wouldn't know where to start. At the minute, I love this channel, and I feel like if I was to start a gaming channel for my Sims, it would take the focus away from this channel, because I'm like really trying to focus on this channel at the minute. We hit 150 subs, by the way. Completely forgot to mention that. Thank you so much for everyone's support. But yeah, I don't feel as though I can focus on 2 channels at the same time. Especially what with like my working hours, everything that's going on in life. However, if I did find myself for whatever reason having loads of spare time, I'd never say no. Sims with Sim. So yeah, I would definitely do it. It's just having the time and knowing how to do it as such. So who knows, maybe a Sims gaming channel is on the cards for my future. Who knows? So the next question is, would you get a tattoo? I would. I have wanted the same tattoo for, I'm gonna say 5 years now. I will try and insert a picture of what sort of thing I want. It's like a flower thigh tattoo. I say rose thigh tattoo, but I don't actually know if it would be roses that I'd want or whether it would be like a different flower, but basically just a thigh tattoo of flowers. I have even gone to the point of getting a fake tattoo off of Shein and seeing if I liked it, and I fell in love with it. The only thing stopping me is that I'm a right baby when it comes to both needles and pain, to the point where there is a good chance that I would pass out whilst having my tattoo done, which we don't want that to happen. So I don't know, I've got like a bit of like an anxiety when it comes to that sort of thing. If it was the fact that you could just wake up one day and you'd be like, today's the day, and you could just walk in and get it done, that's probably something I would consider. But because it's such a big tattoo, I think I'd have to book it. But then from that point on until I get the tattoo, I would literally, my brain would just be constantly on countdown, thinking about it, panicking, getting stressed, that sort of thing. So yes, I would get a tattoo. However, will I ever pluck up the courage to do so? I don't know, because I'd love more tattoos. I really want like a butterfly like tattoo like on my arm. I love them sort of tattoos. It's plucking up the courage for me. But I feel like once I've got one, that'll be it then. I'll be obsessed with it and I'll be getting more. The way I'm trying to think about it at the minute is loads of people get tattoos every single day and loads of people are covered in them. If it was that bad, people wouldn't keep getting them. So yeah, I would get a tattoo. My next question is, if you could only eat one meal forever, what meal would you pick? Easy, mac and cheese. I am absolutely obsessed with mac and cheese. I've found that the best mac and cheese I've ever had so far is at a restaurant I think it's called Marco Pierre or something like that. And we paid 15 quid for a mac and cheese. But it was absolutely worth it. When you say 15 quid for mac and cheese, you think, oh my goodness me, is this mac and cheese got gold in it? I mean, it tasted like it was magic. Rainbows, unicorns, everything in this mac and cheese. It was amazing. I am a huge cheese fan, if you didn't know this about me. Pretty much a majority of my meals consist around cheese. If someone says, what do you want for dinner? I'll always say, I don't know, something cheesy. That is my answer to literally everything. So yeah, it would be the Marco Pierre mac and cheese, 100%. I mean, I'd get really fat if I had to have that forever, but I would literally go to the gym every day and work out as much as I needed to if that meant I could have that forever. Yeah. So the next question is, do you have a skincare routine? I'd like to think I do, but I am very lazy with it. If you guys wanted me to do a video on my skincare routine, then let me know. I do have obviously a face wash. Don't really tend to use toner, which maybe that's where I'm going wrong, who knows. And I do have a moisturiser. However, I don't use it every day, which I know probably 1,000 people, if it ever gets to this many views, are going to be like, oh my gosh, she doesn't use moisturiser every day. Why? Because I'm really lazy. When I get up, I literally get ready as quick as I can. I don't do any skincare. Literally quickly wash my face and that'll be it. And then I go to work. I don't wear any makeup for work or anything unless it's like a really special event, which I highly doubt it with a nursery, but you know. Yeah, so I don't have like a special skincare routine, but it's weird because I love watching people do their skincare and I'm like, oh, I like that product. Oh, I like that product. And then it comes to me and I'm just like, I'm too lazy. And I find as well, when the skincare is like really cold, say like them sheet masks, I absolutely hate it. So yeah, it's not great, but I try. But I do have at the minute like really problematic skin. I actually had a spot today that was like, I don't know if you can see that, but right there I've got a spot and I'm like, maybe this is my sign that I do need a skincare routine. Yeah, comment below what you'd recommend for my skincare routine. I've got very oily skin, like it's really oily on my forehead right now and also extremely oily, like, yeah, in my nose, like this area is absolutely disgraceful. What time is it? I need to wake my dad up in 5 minutes. Great. I need to get wriggle on with this Q&A. Yeah, so just let me know what you use or what you recommend and I'll check it out. So next question is tea or coffee? This is really difficult because I love a good cup of tea with milk and 2 sugars, but then I also love a good like iced coffee. I actually bought some today. If you want to know my favourite coffee, it's this. The Mocha Delight Frappuccino. I'm obsessed with this. And one of my friends at work, love you Melissa, she recently started buying me the caramel ones with the little straw. I'm also obsessed with that now. Considering I'm not a massive caramel fan, it does taste amazing. And then at home I also have like a little, it's like a mocha pod thing that you put in the machine, and then my dad does like this milk frother machine and puts it together and it's yummy. So I don't think I could decide if I wanted tea or coffee. As a quick like drink just to have a drink and chill, I'd probably say a cup of tea. But if I am out and about and in like a getting shit done sort of mood, I'd probably say coffee. I like both. I can't choose that, I'm sorry. Next question is, would you do a makeup tutorial? I definitely would. I'm definitely not an expert, I can say that now. I do enjoy doing makeup, so just let me know if you want to see a makeup routine or like a makeup tutorial, if anything in particular. I was thinking about doing some like Valentine's Day sort of content, but I wasn't really sure what sort of content you wanted to see. I don't know if I'm going away for the weekend on Valentine's Day. I don't know if it would just be like a night together Valentine's Day. I'm not quite sure. But if I do like get dressed up and everything, I will probably do like a get ready with me Valentine's date night sort of thing. So yeah. So the next question is, what is your favourite movie of all time? Ooh. I would say, this is going to sound really ridiculous, but my favourite movie, whenever anyone asks me, my favourite movie of all time has to be Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. However, I think that's because when I first watched it, I was like 14. I think I was 14 anyway. Maybe younger. And I really did enjoy watching that film, and I still need to get Dom to watch it. Don't tell him what it's about in the comments, please. But yeah, I really, really like that film. But then I've also got a soft spot in my heart for Mamma Mia. But then I couldn't get into the second one. So I'm a bit like, you know. And then obviously the typical High School Musical. I love Despicable Me, which sounds really ridiculous because I'm 25. But I love it. I think that's why I work with kids, because I'm just a child at heart. So yeah, we'll go with Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. But I love anything sort of like chick flick, romantic, comedy, that type of thing. So yeah. Next question is, early bird or night owl? I'm 100% a night owl. I will literally spend the whole day tired, and then I will get home and it'll be like 6, 7 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, do I have a nap? Do I not? Then I'll like watch a programme to keep myself awake. As soon as my head hits that pillow, it's like, oh, what shall I plan? Oh, let's have a look at this. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that. Is it too late to clean out my entire wardrobe? Is it too late to do this? And then I have been up until like 2, 3 a.m. before on a work night, and I'm like, this is insane. I need to go to sleep. But my brain just doesn't stop. It's like all of my creativity just goes during the day, and then the minute I'm in bed, it's like it's like a fire has started in my brain, and I'm like, why couldn't I be like this in the day? Yeah, it's pretty bad. And during lockdown, my sleep cycle messed up so badly, to the point where I was going to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I was waking up at like 3, 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And I was like, this is not good. I literally turned nocturnal. And then I started doing if I have an all-nighter and stay awake until like, 6, 7 p.m, then I'll sleep for like the full day. But it never happened. I'd always have to have a nap at 12 o'clock, and then I'd wake up at 6 and be like, well, that went well, didn't it? So yeah, 100% a night owl. I don't think I'll ever be an early bird. I did wake up early for me today. I woke up at 8:30, but that's because I went to bed really early because I was tired from a week's worth of work. So yeah, definitely a night owl. So the next question is, how did you become so creative? This is a question from one of my friends, because I'm constantly telling him ideas that I've got and my late night thoughts in bed when my creativity blossoms. Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm massively creative, but then to other people, like, obviously I am. I don't know. My dad is sort of creative, but he's an engineer, so it's more of like an engineerial brain more than like creative, like artistic. And my mum, she is quite creative as such, but hers is not engineering. Hers is like planning, and like she gets the most amazing gifts, and it's like, I didn't even know something like that existed. Wow. And then sort of like I just get inspired like online or on Pinterest, stuff like that. I seem to like be a sponge for like other people's ideas, and then I'm like, oh, you could do that with that, or you could do that with this, and it just sort of goes from there. But a lot of my creativity, it just happens at night, and I'm like, let's do this, let's do that. So yeah, I really don't know. I was absolutely awful in design and technology at school, so it's not something that I've learned at school. It's just something that has happened randomly. Even as a child, I would read so many books. I have a really good imagination, and I think it helps that I work with children, so I kind of have to be creative in that way. So yeah. Oh. So my next thing, I'm going to say things, it's not a question. It says, not a question, just very proud of you. Thank you, Curtis. I love you. Curtis is one of my friends who I met through another friend, Shivani. I will post a picture here. I'm sure they won't mind because they want to be in a video, and they're both just amazing. So thank you so much. Next question is, what is your current job? Do you enjoy it? So I currently work as a nursery practitioner at a nursery. I'm not going to say whereabouts or what the nursery is called because, yeah, privacy reasons. I do enjoy it. It is very stressful. A lot of people seem to think that all we do is sit and play all day. That is not the case. It's a lot more. There's a lot more to it than what people think. We've actually had an apprentice start in the last few weeks, and she turned around and said, oh my goodness, I'm absolutely exhausted. I didn't realise how much you had to do, sort of thing. Because people don't realise when you say childcare in a nursery, they think, oh yeah, children are easy. You just play with them, sit down all day. But you've got to feed them, make sure they're alive and well. Nappy changes, make sure they've got a clean nose all the time. You've got to entertain them. If they're allergic to anything, you need to make sure there's nothing there that they're allergic to. You've got to make sure that they're fed all the time. You know, that you're teaching them things. Sleep times, you've got to memorise like whose is whose when it comes to dummies, blankets, pacifiers, anything like that. There's children that have certain things that they can't do. Obviously the religions, there's so much. And not only is it the practical looking after the children, but then you've got the planning side of it as well, and the paperwork side. We have to do planning every week basically based on children's interests, and I have like 10 key children. Each individual child obviously has different interests, and then you've got to go off of their development stage as to what you're going to plan for them. So it is a lot of work, and yeah, people don't realise that. Yeah, I do enjoy my job. It just can be very, very stressful. And I think a lot of nursery practitioners do feel underappreciated for what they do, because a lot of people just think that we sit around all day and just watch them play and make sure that they've got toys out. That is not the case. Chefs, house cleaners, referee, you name it, we do it. So my next question is, what's your least and most favourite food? Least favourite, I'm going to say, is, I mean, it's not really classed as food. When I read least favourite, I pictured like mayo and ketchup and any sort of like sauces. I cannot stand it. I don't know what it is. I don't have any sort of sauce on my food. It's a no. I don't even like touching it. Don't like the smell of it or anything. The other day, Dom had a chippy and he had garlic mayo, like literally smothered on, I don't even know what he had because it was that covered that I couldn't see it. And he was eating it. It was getting all in his beard and I was gagging. I was like, no, you're giving me the ick, babe. I'm sorry. So I'd say that's my least favourite, and my most favourite is cheese. I'm going to stop there because, you know, if you had a choice to change your job, what would you get into? If I had a choice, which I sort of believe that everyone has a choice, you're never too old to change your job unless you're like a year before retirement, then, you know, maybe it is a bit late, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's ever too late. I would do this. I would love to do YouTube full time. Obviously that is a long way away yet. I've literally got 150 subscribers at the minute, and it's not even necessarily about the pay as such. Like, I just really enjoy doing it. I love like being creative, and you know, and obviously it wouldn't just be YouTube, it would just be social media in general. So yeah, I would be like, social media is my job. Yeah, I would do social media full time and Instagram and stuff like that. I'm rubbish when it comes to Instagram. I will do stories, but I can't remember when the last time I posted on Instagram was. In fact, I had my hair done like ginger in, I think it was on Halloween, and I went to a family party the other week. And my auntie was like, oh, I love your hair, it's ginger, because I used to be blonde. And I was like, oh yeah, I've not posted anything. So she had no idea that I'd had a change of hair colour. So yeah, I would do social media, but I'd have to get a lot better at it, I think. Where's one place on earth you must visit? Ooh, I really don't know. I feel like I've not been to enough places to answer like my recommendation to where I think you guys should go. I literally can't think of one. But then one place I do really want to go to, I would love to go, I mean, this is difficult because I can think of a few. I'd love to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. I'd love to go to Amsterdam, not for the reason that most people go, but just to see all the different like wacky things that they do there. And I'd love to go to like Santorini and what's the other place with like really clear water and you can swim with the pigs. I can't think of what it's called. And I'd love to go to Dubai as well, but yeah, I don't know, just everywhere. So my next question is, why is it that round pizzas come in square boxes? Alexa, why do pizzas come in square boxes?
Here's something I found on the internet. Pizzas are in square boxes because square boxes are easier to put together and manufacture, cheaper, and more stackable. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Thanks for your feedback.
You're welcome. Yeah, so they're easier to carry was my first initial thought, but they're also easier to make up, stack, and manufacture apparently. So there is your question to that. Yeah. And my last question is, what do you typically do when you're bored? I go on my Switch on Animal Crossing. I'm obsessed with it. I'll watch stuff on Netflix or on Amazon Prime. I've recently got Amazon Prime so that I could watch Saltburn. If you've not watched that, you need to watch it. Film YouTube videos, plan YouTube videos, edit YouTube videos. You know, I'll clean my room sometimes when I'm bored. What else do I do? I love to online shop, and my favourite thing I tend to do is have a look, put loads of things that I like in my basket and then never actually buy it. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but yeah, that's like a bit annoying, but it's something that I do when I'm bored. I like to do skincare, chat with friends, and if I'm not bored, a lot of the time I'll just fall asleep. So yeah, quite a few things. I like to practice my makeup, try different hairstyles out. Maybe I should do like a little video, what happened when I got bored. Oh god. But yeah, so that is all the questions. I hope that answered everything for you. I hope I answered them all well enough. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like this video and make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.